Hi, everyone. Welcome to Continental Club with Janome. I'm Ann Hine, Embroidery Software Specialist for Janome America. And today I just wanted to take a little time and go over four of the software that's for PC. One of them is our Quit Block Advisor, Screensaver, the Stitch Composer, and then a little bit on AccuStitch. Now, Quit Block Advisor, you can find that on your CM17. There's a smaller version of it there. And the screensaver, you can find that as an app as well. So some of these can be both, the app is for both Android and Apple, so you can use screensaver that way, or you can use it on your PC as well. So I'm going to switch over to my PC and show you what those icons look like, and then I will open up each one and talk about them just briefly. We'll be doing more videos, more in-depth videos about them, but I wanted to introduce you to them so you know what they are and you can understand them just a little bit. So here we go. All right, and I am taking a picture of my screen. There we go. And if you are using your Artistic Digitizer software, you make sure you join our official community page. It looks just like this. It's called Janome Artistic Digitizer. Put the J first, Janome, and it's this blue banner. But right down here at the bottom, I have my Quit Block Advisor, my Screensaver tool, my Stitch Composer, and AccuStitch. And I have some other things over here for other machine software that we use. But we're going to start right here, and I'll open up Quit Block Advisor. Now, I did say we had a bit of this in the machine itself, so you can create blocks in there as well. Let me see if I can get that. It's a little bit of a glare. It's hard to film your screen just briefly here. But when it opens up, these are the 10 blocks that you can create with, and you just pick one of them. And maybe I'm going to pick the Grandma Garden one. And then at the top here, I would put in my width and size that I'm working with, my seam allowance. And then in here, it gives me my how to sew instructions. So it would take me here and show me how to sew it together, and I could print that out if I wanted to. So let me minimize that again. So you would set it up. I'm doing a 6-inch block and I want to do 2 circles, then it would give me something like this. It tells me over here how many pieces I have to cut of each one. Then I would go to my directions and it would do that for me. It would show me how to do that. So that's how you work with your Quit Block Advisor. You can select patterns, you can print here, you can change your unit to inches if you wanted to. And that very top one brings you back here. So you can switch between them. This is a very handy to make a quick block if you're looking for it, and then you just want to make it a certain size. You can put in your parameters so you have a quit block of any size that you want to work with. Let me close that one and we will open up the screensaver. Now I've shown screensaver before, and with screensaver you could go into your photos and you would find your photos and put them in here, and then how long you want them to be on the sleep part of it. I use the app for that. I really like using the app because all my photos are on my iPad, so it's much easier for me to get to them. And so you would just read your things here, pick your model. Maybe you have a CM17, or you might have the another machine that this would work with. So you have those choices there. So let me close this. And here is Stitch Composer. Stitch Composer allows you to create decorative stitches. Now I did these already. There are 3 lessons already on the Janome the Janome web page. And if you go there and search Stitch Composer, there are 3 lessons that I did. And when you're in here, what you would be doing is plotting out, this is right here from down here. I'm going to just put a line from down here to up here. That is the width of your foot, that 9mm that you have in there. And what you would do is you just plot along here, and then you can create yourself a design in here if you want to. I'm going to make something kind of weird. There we go. And then once I get it done, I could come up here to lock stitch. It adds in those special stitches I need at the beginning and the end. I do have a way to view it in a simulation, and it will stitch at the bottom here. So let's see if we can You might be able to see it. It's kind of hard to see these things, but there would be my stitch, and that's how it would go. I could take that over to my machine, send it over to my machine, and use it in my machine. So I do like this program. I've created several stitches. I know a lot of people have played with it, and it is quite easy. Once you get the hang of it, you can put a backdrop behind here and use that as your piece. The thing to remember is from the very top of this to the bottom here, where I put that line before, from here to here, this is 9 mm right along here. So that's that opening in your foot. So this is for decorative stitching. So your things would be going in this direction. I'm going to make an arrow this way. There we go. Your things would be stitching in that direction under your foot. But if you print out those directions that I've put on the web page, it will be very helpful. I have some graphics in there to help you with that. All right, so the other one I want to show works along with the Stitch Composer, and this is AccuStitch. AccuStitch is actually an add-on program. You have to purchase it through your dealer, but it works with decorative stitches. Many of us have asked, how do I work with my decorative stitches on the embroidery side? I can do digital ruler work in here. I can pick out one of these shapes, and then I can go through my stitches and pick some of my stitches. Let's see here. Well, let's see, that's heirloom. Well, we'll use heirloom for just to start. Here we go. And I can just pick which ones I want. Let's find something like that one. And I'm going to say open. And here now, since I picked the circle, I can add in how many repeats I want, the radius, the angle of my circle. It'll make changes here. I can add in, insert different baselines where I want it on my baseline, advanced settings, things like that. How many I want to put in here, the size, the spacing, turn on my advanced. So maybe I want it to be wider, it's going to get bigger in there. Maybe here, my pattern length, I can change that up a little bit. You can see it's changing there on the screen just slightly. Where I want it on the circle, and I can fine tune my sizing. All those things are available here. The radius, maybe I want to make my circle bigger. There we go. A much bigger circle. And then I hit convert and close this, and now it's on my screen and I can send that to my machine. I can add more to that if I wanted to. I can copy and paste that. So you can do a lot of things with that. There's all these shapes you can work with over here. And we'll be doing more videos on how to use this and different applications for it. But I wanted to take a moment to show you what's available out there. This is an add-on. And so just to review, let me close that. Just to review right down here, Quilt Block Advisor, Screensaver, and Stitch Composer all come with the CM17. Some of you may have used those in the past. And then the AccuStitch right here is an add-on piece where you can make these decorative shapes. So we'll be looking forward to that as we post more things to the Continental Club page. I'm going to go back to the camera to say a proper goodbye. And so hopefully that'll get you to experiment and play with those. Those are only Windows at the moment. They're only for PC. So you can play with them on your PC if you have that and be more creative. I mean, how many more? We have so many things we can play with, all the apps. We have these extra pieces for our PC. So lots of fun can be had with that. All right. Look forward to seeing you again. Enjoy and start creating. Bye for now.